back once again, and we last I left off on I was talking about SSX. Uh, so like I said, it was good to talk about SS. It's good to see SSX back. I am a fan of that game, and I just love doing those over the top moves with the snowboard in that game. So can't wait to see that game. Glad they're not turning it into a simulation, with more realism, keeping it over the top, old school. Don't change, don't change it if it ain't broken, as I always say. Uh, we're gonna talk now about. Let me just talk about this right now. Uh, move over Dante. Move over Solid Snake. Move over Kratos. Give some space for a new badass that's coming, and that is Ashura. Ashura's Wrath. Man, this game from Capcom, they showed more gameplay. And, oh my god, over the top stuff. Sweet. If you like all those over the top manga, anime, you're definitely going to like this one. You're going to definitely like this game. Ashura is like pretty much the most. If you thought Kratos was angry and full of rage, he ain't got nothing on Ashura. Ashura is full of rage, and that's his biggest weapon. When he gets mad, shit happens. And the shit that I saw in that game was crazy. Like, he's doing all kinds of stuff. And, oh man, that game looks sweet. I can't wait to that game. Capcom has another great character to add to their great characters list now. Most definitely. If you haven't seen the gameplay of Ashura's Wrath, check it out. Oh my god, that's sweet. So sweet. Uh, and we continue with Capcom. More gameplay of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Who doesn't geek out for a crossover? And two of the greatest fighting game franchises ever crossover. And not just in one game, but they're going to cross over in 2 games. But right now in 2012, Street Fighter Cross Tekken is coming. And glad to see that they announced at E3 Sagat, of course, Julia Chang, and of course Hwoarang. Yes, my guy, my favorite Tekken character is in it. So it's great to see that. And Capcom did a great job of integrating the Tekken characters into the Street Fighter world. I must say. I must say that very much. So I'm very impressed by them. Very much. Okay. So we're going to move on. And of course, talk about another game that I love. Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon, Future Soldier. Good stuff right there. They showed the hands-on demo, and it looks great. Visual effects look good. Graphics look good. I love the fact that the soldiers can do that whole stealth camo joint, which the developer actually said the military is actually working on. Shh, quiet as kept. But that's kind of crazy, But the game looks great. I like its the more team aspect games to it, so I can't wait to that game. Always been a great fan of the Tom Clancy Recon games, Ghost Recon games, as well as a lot of the Tom Clancy games. So, yeah, good stuff right there. Okay. What else game? Okay, we're gonna move on to some of the games. Let's talk about THQ. There's 2 games in THQ that really impressed me. That really I know I'm definitely gonna get. Saints Row the Third. This game looks just absolutely great. The hands-on demo was great. I've always said it. Saints Row may be a kind of a GTA clone, but it's really coming to its own game now. It really has. It's really taken that open world experience that GTA brought us and made it its own game. Like the demo that I saw, you're no longer in Stillwater. you're in a new town called Steelport, and the Saints trying to take over. The gangs that you fight near, I'm forgetting the game. One of them is called the Luchadors. They're like this wrestling gang. You know, they wear masks. Luchador is mask, and they do a lot of wrestling moves, of course. And then I think another gang is like more of a cybernetic, quote unquote, geek gang, and then the other one is the main gang that you're pretty much gonna fight. But just seeing the weapons, they're able to fly jets and stuff again. Just good stuff again. Once again for Saints Row. And of course, everybody know I'm a big, huge wrestling fan. Raw versus SmackDown versus, oh, that's right. It's no longer called SmackDown no more. It's called WWE 12. And once again, the next installment to the game looks great. A lot of new stuff they've added to the game. The aspects to the game as well. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. Hopefully they'll have a demo out soon. But definitely, most definitely, can't wait till that game comes out. Okay. I'll talk about the superhero games in a little bit. Okay. Next up, of course, I want to talk about is pretty much what everybody now is talking about. The better military first-person shooter game. Which one are you going to go with? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 or Battlefield 3? Bottom line it, guys, with me, both of them. They both look great. But I will agree from what a lot of the people on G4 said. Battlefield is more of that team-based game. Team play really is big in that game. While Call of Duty, you can have a team battle game online and stuff like that, but everybody's in for itself. The same thing in kind of in the story mode, you know. It's like they're kind of, it's still all for themselves. It's not more of a Battlefield. Like Battlefield, it's more team-based. Like you work as a team to get the job done. But I gotta admit, both games look great. Can't wait till those games come out. They come out next fall. I actually pre-ordered both of those games already, so those games is definitely on my list. And good stuff right there. Okay. Another game that's I've already pre-ordered, but saw some more gameplay of that. Gears of War 3, baby. Yeah, Gears of War. And I can't wait to see how Mr. Plazinski ends this game. How he ends this saga. The funny thing is when he was hands-on demo they showed, he was there along with one of the characters, one of the actors that is voicing the character, Ice-T. Ice-T is voicing a character in the game, and it looks great. The hands-on demo they showed was this giant worm came out, and it was attacking them. It was great stuff. Plazinski talked about how they made the last Carmine brother in this a badass now. So all those people was like, should the last Carmine brother die? Well, I don't think he's gonna die in this one. We don't know, but they said he's a badass now. He's badass in this game. There are different types of lancers now. Like you got your chainsaw lancer, of course, your usual, but now you got one that's just got like a sword at the end, and you actually can charge into the wretches, and it looks great. It was just great to see. I can't wait to see how they end this game. Most definitely. Gears of War 3, baby. Yes, Microsoft did reveal they're doing Halo 4, but I'm not a big Halo fan, guys. So don't hate me for that, but I'm not a big Halo fan. You want to know why? Ask me sometime later, but I'm not. Okay? Sorry about that, but I'm not. I can care less about Halo. Let's see what else. Ninja Gaiden 3. Of course, I got to talk about my boy Ryu Hayabusa. Ryu looks badass. The game is still quick, fast-paced. They work now on the camera angles. The camera now, because sometimes Ryu was so fast in the last games, sometimes he would leave the camera and the camera couldn't keep up with him. They fixed that now, and this game now takes place in London. So jolly old England ain't gonna be so jolly when Rio gets through with it. I've always said it. Ryu is the type of guy that looks evil in the eye, and he spits in it, spits right in the face of it, and he's gonna do that in this game. The combos are great. The that game just looks so great. Just can't wait to play that game as well. Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Revelations. Yes. Who didn't like that trailer that they showed? Uh, we see older Ezio, and he's traveling. This game will take place, I think, in Istanbul. So Ezio now leads his own group of assassins, and he's traveling there to uncover a treasure that his ancestor Altair buried there. So it's gonna have Altair, Ezio, and of course the character that you've always been, the memory you've been. It's gonna have more detail into this game. Looks good. Can't wait to that game as well. It picks up right after Brotherhood. So if you want to really experience, I say play all the games first. That's my motto. So play, if you haven't played one, play one. If you haven't played two, play two. Haven't played Brotherhood, play Brotherhood to really get the full notion of what's going on, what's going to happen in Revelation. But it looks great. Can't wait to play that game, of course. And we're going to move on to the superhero games, of course. And Spider-Man Edge of Time looks good. Once again, you're playing with Spider-Man and Miguel O'Hare, Spider-Man 2099 again. So it's going to be cool to see play with them again. They're putting a lot of emphasis on Spider-Man of 2099. Maybe Marvel, you need to get the gist and start thinking it's time to bring him back into the comics now. That's just me. But looks good. Definitely looks good. Can't wait for that game. So yeah. X-Men Destiny. This game is definitely, sorry about that, people. This game definitely looks good. It takes place. It's like a RPG based X-Men game where you choose between three characters. And from what I hear, the game looks great. It's set in San Francisco, and you meet all your favorite X-Men, all that. And during a peaceful protest for mutant rights, that's where your X gene is activated. And once your X gene is activated, from what I heard the developers say, you choose your mutant power there, and then you have choices to make. You either join the X-Men or the Brotherhood, things like that. Looks good. Definitely can't wait to play that. That's another game that of course, Batman Arkham City. Show some more gameplay of that. Good stuff. Good stuff. So more gameplay for Black Cat. Catwoman. Excuse me. And I can't wait to get my hands on this game. Definitely, most definitely. Catwoman she looks like she's gonna be really fun to play with when you have to play with her. Most definitely. And I'm gonna end it, of course, with another game trilogy that I'm looking forward to, guys. And you guys should already know what it is. Mass Effect 3. Yes. Mass Effect 3. It's going to be really good to see how you orchestrate the end for Shepard and the gang. This one takes place now back on Earth. I knew it was going to go on Earth. I had a feeling that somehow because in the last two games, they show Earth, but you never are able to go to Earth. So I'm really looking forward to this game. Really looking forward to seeing what they do with this game. It looks great. Now there is now like a close quarters attack now that you can do now in the game. Mass Effect 3 looks great. Overall, guys, E3 2011 was great, in my opinion. What did you think of it? Those are only some games that I saw that I liked. There are a lot more. But most definitely, you guys, tell me what you thought of E3 2011.